Okay, guys, it does look like we are live. All right, I just want to say hi to everybody that was able to join. Thank you for participating, as this is really a big deal. And honestly, this is my first live stream to the channel. So, for all of you that were fortunate enough and kind enough to join me, I appreciate it. All right, I just want to say hi to everybody that was able to join. Thank you for your guys' for participating, as this is really a big deal. And honestly, this is my first live stream to the channel, so have some exciting stuff. We're going to be doing the first ever content creators tournament. This is the Dawn of Perim Underdog Tournament. So what it essentially is going to be is you're going to have 5 of us going against each other head to head in the Recode website. For those of you that are familiar with that, we're going to be using that deck builder system. I just want to briefly go over my deck just to give you guys kind of an idea of what's going on here and what all I have. So alright, let's go ahead and let's do this. Then let's do. Oh, okay. See if I can. Alright, so what we have is the Wrecking Crew. So essentially what we're going to be doing is, quite in fact, the name, wrecking our opponents. So let's go over creatures first. As you can see in my front lines, I got my main man Tartarek, which is honestly going to be one of our heavy hitters. I'm not going to lie. I know that might be confusing to some of those that look and take a first glance at this deck, but Tartarek's amazing. I'm going off a deck that's solely focusing on a lot of attacks that require stat checks and challenges with courage and wisdom. So Tartarek's just amazing at that in Dawn of Perim, so I figure why not. He's got 1 Magician. His energy's at 35, but we give that bad boy a Ring of Narin. You know, he's going to get additional 10 in power and additional 10 in wisdom, and then because he meets the requirements for the stat check of at least 50, he'll get 10 more energy, put him at 45. Then we got our boy Frafto. And, I mean, honestly, Frafto's just another great choice. I mean, my guy is 85 in courage, 80 in power, 45 in wisdom, and 75 in speed, which are all really good. I mean, it makes him just amazing in almost everything except wisdom. Which is why we give him a Staff of Wisdom to put him at 70, making him just stat-wise a tank and just able to do a whole lot. Yeah, he's at 35 energy, but I mean, with the Song of Resurgence that I have, which we put 2 in the deck, you know, we got Overworld Aria to heal for 10 energy, and then for when we do go against an Underworld deck, because I'm sure somebody's using Underworld decks, we can reduce those fire attacks by 5. And then, of course, we got our Refrain of Denial music. Put 2 of those bad boys in there. And then we have our Melody of Malady. Because as you guys can see, I have Borth Majar in a deck full of Overworlders. Which, while that might be a little weird at first glance, honestly, it works in my favor. Because while Borth Majar suffers in courage and speed just a little bit, he is a monster at power and wisdom, which is what this deck is thriving on. And with the Intimidate Power 10 and the Intimidate Wisdom 10, it just was, it would have been hard not to put him in this deck, man. I think he really makes the attacks thrive here. Same with Zalik, for where he's not really making up. We give him that 25 in courage just so I can make sure I hit those courage stats. Nadrin, I mean, he's sitting at 60. His wisdom's at 90. Gave my guy a Magician's Lyre, so he's doing just fine. We gave Zalek that Dragon Pulse to make up for that little amount in courage. And then same thing with my boy Hotan. He's doing great in wisdom, and he gets +5 wisdom for every overworlder next to him on the board. And as you can see, he's in the back. So I mean, we got a ton of music capabilities. We got locations like Fear Valley, Kiru City, Castle Pillar, Giganza Populous to give me more music for my overworld creatures. Iron Pillar just to disable any deck that is relying heavily on battle gear, which honestly I'm fairly confident that I can win a battle regardless if my creatures have their battle gear or not, and that's just to disable any deck that might be thriving because of their battle gear that's equipped. And then we got Drenicus Threshold, where no music or abilities may be played. And honestly, this works in my favor too, because I'm solely just relying on my stats, not really the abilities. So no music, no abilities is fine by me. I still got some healing capabilities thanks to attacks like Evaporize, so it really doesn't hinder me that much. Also, attacks like Telekinetic Bolt will help me, because if I win that Courage and that Wisdom challenge, I can deal 10 damage, heal 10 damage, which is really good. We got attacks like Skeletal Strike. We got attacks like Quick Exit, Spirit Gust, Flash Warp. Mega Roar is going to be our heavy hitter. Most of our creatures have 70 in at least 3 of their stat line, so while we're not doing the full 40 damage, we're at least doing 20, if not 30. So we really want to focus on is consistency, which is why we put in 2 Viper Lashes. Things like Shadow Strike, Delirium, Ectospasm, Telekinetic Bolt, which we already went over, but it does look like I have 2 of those in there, which I'm not going to lie to you, I completely forgot I had 2 of these things, but that's going to be amazing. We do have Skeletal Strike. We have Sleep Sting. We have, let's see. Yeah, it looks like that's pretty much it, man. And we're getting pretty close to the start time. So what I really want to do now that we've gone over the deck is we're going to spectate my opponents, because it looks like in that first round, I'm actually going to have to wait to get an opponent, because we got an odd number of players with 5. And then after that, we'll have to see if should I win, who I'll be fighting in my second round. But we're just going to spectate, have some fun, hit up the guys in Discord, and see what's going on. Let's see. All right, so the first battle has already begun, and it looks like we got my boy Apricot going against our other boy Taiga. This is going to be a really cool match. So let's just go ahead and spectate and see what's going on. Looks like we have Screeth versus Atacat, which is such a crazy lineup. Atacat obviously demolishing Screeth in the speed stat, But Screeth demolishing Aticat when it comes to courage for sure. And they're neck and neck with wisdom and neck and neck with power, which is kind of insane. But this is going to be a really good lineup, and whoever wins this battle, that's going to be really good for starting up in the match. It's going to might even set the tone, I would say, because if Screeth can get through with that range in SUEPE 1, he can really get to the back line and attack the music users like Salvis, Nadrin, and maybe save Toxis for last, because Toxis should be able to defend himself a little bit. But I'm loving Apri's lineup. I mean, we got creatures like Banshore from the Beyond Rares. We got Zalik here. Looks like we got Scardalis. We got our girl Takinam, which is a staple, obviously, with that ability of sacrifice an underworld creature. Heal 25 energy to Takinam and SUEPE 1, and she can use music. The only thing she's really low in is wisdom, so it's not horrible at all, honestly. And then you got our boy Shimark. So this is a very mixed deck, because we're dealing with a Mepetian, three Underworlders, a Danian, and an Overworld, just for a little healing potential. We don't know what those musics are, and the location that's active is Kiru City. So it looks like right now, Screeth is hurting a little bit, man. And Atikat's kind of got the upper hand with 70 energy. That's kind of insane. Let's see what battlegear's got. Alright, so Atikat started with Elixir of Tenacity, which does give him an additional 10 energy, put him at 50. I'm not sure where he got the extra energy for. I kind of want to see the logs. Like, alright, let's see the burst. Man, really can't tell, but let me see. Alright, so what did we do to give our boy Atikat some energy? He had to have music or something. Oh no, you know what? He was at 40 energy, then at 50 energy, but it turned into 60 energy because Kiru City gives Overworlders an additional 10 energy. So that's kind of insane. And it looks like my boy Screeth is going through it. He's currently at 15 energy versus a solid 40 energy. Ah, man, that is quite unfortunate. But, you know, it ain't over till it's over. And it does look like Atikat went down to 25. Okay. Looks like Atikat was hit by... Let's go back to the burst. Let's see what Atikat was hit by. Man, that was insane. Now we got a Frostblight coming from Atikat. Okay. That's gonna... That might end the game. That might end the game. If we don't counter this with something. That might end this first battle. Let's see what happens. Let's see how our boy Screeth reacts to this. Is he going to use music to bail himself out? Oh, yeah, it does look like it. He's going to heal for 10 and do 10 damage with a Song of Symmetry, which target engaged creature gains 10 energy, deals 10 damage to another target engaged creature. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, and it does look like Scardalis was the one to cast that, as he is the only Danian creature. And when it comes to tribal music, you cannot cast those music unless you have a creature of that tribe with the available music counter. So now our boy is sitting here neck and neck with Atikat at 10 energy up against 15. So this is anybody's matches, man. It really is. This is exciting, though. Holy damn it. Alright, now we got a Shadow Strike. Okay. And Screeth should be able to hit that off for that at 10 damage, man. But man, this next turn could make or break this. Let's see what's happening, folks. I'm really enjoying this battle. I'm not going to lie. This is actually very intense. Um, whew. All right, so he did land that Shadow Strike for a whopping 10 energy, putting Atacat at 5. And now we got a Melody of Malady being played, which is going to, let's see, heal target creature for 10 energy and deal 5 to another. But then we have a Song of Resurgence played to heal 20 energy to target creature. Holy. And now we got a Refrain of Denial in this burst to dispel target generic or overworld music. And I have to assume that was by our boy Apricotalot. Oh my goodness. That is insane. So we just denied that ability to heal, but then we go for the heal anyway for a Minor Flourish for 10 energy. That is insane. Mind you, this is just music. We haven't even gotten the attack off yet. Taiga has not attacked back yet. This is kind of insane. Wow. Alright, so that battle ended with Screeth being at 20 energy and Atacat at 10. With just musics going back to back to back. That was insane. Now we have a Paralyze attack. Now this might be what does it, because Paralyze does 20 damage if you do the challenge speed 15. Which it does in this case. Atacat's going to crush Screeth in speed every single time. So let's see how Screeth reacts to this. Looks like he hit it with a Song of Symmetry, which is going to put him at 10 energy. And deal 10, which should eliminate the Atacat. Should we not retaliate in any way, shape, or form? Are we going to use music? Is it worth it? Let's find out. Are we going to risk the Atacat, or are we going to use healing music anyway to keep this battle going? Man, that was intense. Like, there's been so much music used already from both players. Oh, it looks like somebody went for a Song of Resurgence. I had to assume that's Taiga trying to heal that Atacat one last time with that 20 energy. It'll put him at 10. Or no, it looks like it put him at 20. So not bad. Not bad. Man, this is a crazy battle. But now Screeth's got to really come in and hit hard, as he's got to double the energy of what he's currently at with just 10 to go up against. So let's see how we... And of course the attack is Velocitrap, which is not going to land, as Screeth does not have the speed to do so. I would have to assume that he probably just didn't have that many options with attacks, and so it did look like the Overworld won in this battle against the Underworld, and Atacat is now right in enemy territory on Apricotalot's side of the board. But now the new location is at Fear Valley, so at the beginning of combat, the engaged creature with the lowest courage loses 10 energy. That is a huge deal to start off the battle with less, or 10 less energy, to be more specific, at the beginning of the match. Not even taking a blow or dealing a blow yet. That's a bit much. And it does look like our second battle of the game is going to be Shimark versus Gespadin, which I'm not going to lie is not a good lineup when it comes to this location, as Shimark is going to win that courage by just 5, putting Gespadin at 35 already. And then Shimark's going to do an additional 10 damage thanks to his Invisibility Strike 10 on his first attack. So this is going to be either a really quick match or a lot of back and forth like we had before. And so it looks like we have a Power Pulse, which would do the additional 10. But that entirely depends upon meeting that challenge, Power 15. Holy cow, was that the end of the match? Oh my goodness, that battle ended so fast. That battle ended so fast. I honestly don't know what attack happened just now, but I mean, Guessman is off the field, so Mepedians won that. Definitely putting Shimark in the front lines was a great call from Apricatalat, and that was just bad luck on Taiga's. And unfortunately, we did not get to see Guessman and really do a whole lot in that battle. Really unfortunate. Okay, so looks like there's a Song of Resurgence on both sides. Okay, okay. Let's go back to the board. This is going to be interesting, whoever they choose to fight. So now we're going Takidam versus Takidam. Both at 50 energy. Isn't that something? Do they have the same battle gear? They actually do not. We have the Taiga's Takidam with a Ring of Narin, which, if you didn't know, by the way, is Maxor's favorite battle gear, which you can see in the official guidebook to how to play Chaotic. And then Apries Takinam has the Elixir of Tenacity, so this is going to be an interesting lineup. And this might work in Apries' favor. Yeah, it might work in his favor as he's got 10 additional courage and 10 additional speed now, which would make him faster and braver than the opposing Takinam. And it does look like we do a squeeze play, which then puts Takinam at 30 energy, which I would have to assume that Fanfare of the Vanishing was used in this match. Let's check the general discard. Yes, that Fanfare of Vanishing was used. The Song of Symmetries are gone, and as are the Refrain of Denials. And it does look like any healing music. Well, I'd have to assume that the only other healing music that Taiga would have would be Minor Flourish, but to already have gone through 3 musics, man, that's a lot. And again, it's still anybody's game. I mean, Taiga's still sitting here with 4 creatures, and yeah, Apries got the upper hand with 5. It looks like, no, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, 5. And Taiga had 5 actually too. Forgot about Aticat there. Alright, looks like Takinam's down to 20 for Taiga, and Apries up at 25. This is very much an interesting match when you have 2 of the same creatures duking it out in battle. I can only imagine how intense this would be and how interesting this would be to see animated if this was an episode in the show. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Now, there should be another match going on. I kind of want to take a look at them real quick. Let's see. No, it looks like it's all of us watching their match. So, yeah, we got our boy Jade, myself. I believe Alan is All Day Chaotic. I could be wrong on that, and if I am wrong, I do apologize for that. But I believe that's who Alan is. I'm not familiar with the other 2 names, but cool to see that we got an audience. Very cool to see that we got an audience. So, April, let's go, man. I mean, Taiga, I love you too. Obviously, Overworlders rule. You got my boy Nadrin on the battlefield. You had Gaspadin. You had Aticat. So, I love to see it. It's nice to see that we got some Overworld love. Other than myself, as you guys have seen my deck through the deck builder, but man, this is really cool. This is really cool. I'm enjoying this match. Enjoying this match quite a bit. Okay, so somebody went for a Viper Lash. That's gonna hit for a whopping 15 damage. Um, Either opponent is officially gone unless they sacrifice a creature to heal Talking On for 25 energy. And it does look like, I believe that was Avery's Talking On that lost. Let's see. Yeah, Apricatolot's Talking On was destroyed. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate, but our boy can still bounce back. Still got bounce back as we got heavy hitters like Shimark still at the ready, and honestly, Banshore could put up a pretty good fight as well. Banshore is looking really good at his stats. You know, I've never actually looked at Banshore, but courage is amazing. Power is insane. Wisdom is really good actually for an underworlder, and speed's not bad. With 60 energy, this is kind of crazy. I mean, on the one off, it is unfortunate that Banshore has Recklessness 5. I do hate to see that on so many Underworlders unnecessarily so. I mean, I get they needed to have some kind of double-edged sword, but I don't think Recklessness was the way to go. So hopefully we see a lot less of that with the revival of Chaotic here in the next few months, or the upcoming months, and honestly, it should be within this summer. So we're around the corner, man. We're really around the corner. 2026 is going to be Chaotic's year. And I'm excited to be a part of it. With you guys, and as well as with the Chaotic content creators, the Discord, Facebook group, honestly, just everybody. The community has been such a blessing, and I'm excited, man. I really am. I'm very excited for the future and what the future holds. That was a very quick battle. Kind of need to see what just happened. Hang on. Alright, it looks like boy April got the upper hand and Salvas was destroyed. So Shimark must have destroyed Salvas. Very interesting. Now the new location is Stone Pillar is such an amazing and iconic location. With the initiative being at Wisdom, the wisest creature is going to go first, and then the first music card cast by an engaged underworld creature costs one less. So this actually would have been really helpful for either one of their Taki Noms. It is also a very helpful location for Banshore. But unfortunately, neither one of these creatures have a music counter, so it's just going to be them duking it out, man. It does look like the first attack is going to be a Flash Warp. Now let's see how much damage that actually does for our boy. Because Takinam is actually the one that would win power challenges, as she's 15 exactly over Shimark. Even with the Ring of Narn. But it does look like he gets the 10 damage, as he still does Invisibility Strike 10. Which, honestly, this is a really amazing strategy, because hear me out. If you have a really bad hand, but you're using Mepetings, and your attack, for whatever reason, you don't meet the requirements, What's really cool about Invisibility Strike is you're going to do that number as far as the damage goes, X amount of damage, guaranteed every single time, unless something disables your invisibility. But otherwise, as long as it's your first attack, that battle, you're going to do that much damage every single time. And that's really such a good advantage, because when you got a really bad hand, you can just discard those attacks that aren't going to do much for you anyway and aren't really serving your purpose, to guarantee that you're at least doing something and hopefully drawing something much better on your next turn. So, great move on Abracadabra. I mean, honestly, both of these players are showing some real. I mean, they're just showing how intense their steel is, and honestly, neither one is really bending or breaking. I feel like this is just such a crazy battle in the beginning. There was so much intensity with Abracadabra down to just one music card and Taiga at 2. Kind of insane. And now we got Takinam at 5 energy and Shimark at a high 20. 4 times the amount of what Takinam has currently. It does look like Takinam's going for the Frostblight, but I don't think she's going to be able to do that extra damage with Shimark. Or she might. Yeah, she's at 90. It does look like she's going to get that off, but Shimark had 5. 5 energy versus 5 energy. So this is it. It does look like that power pulse, if not countered, is going to do that 10 damage to Code Takinam. But then we get a Song of Revival? Are we reviving a creature just to destroy it and heal? Let's see. Yes, we revived a creature just to sacrifice and heal. Called it. Man, that's insane. It's such a great ability to be able to do in this set. It really is. No other tribe has something like that in this set. Not even close. And at Takinam at 20, or now 20 energy. Man, it's looking kind of rough for our boy Shimark, I'm not going to lie. And a flash kick is all that's needed to take him out. And it does look like that's the end of Shimark's journey, unfortunately. Leaving Abracadabra at 2 creatures, man, or 3 creatures, because we got Banshore, we have Scardalis, and then we have Zalik. And Nadrin's just in the back chilling, man. Not a care in the world. 4v3. This is going to be an interesting battle. Now, unfortunately, the locations are just not helping Abracadabra, as a lot of these rely heavily on speed, it looks like. And speed is just not what this deck brings outside of Shimark. Shimark and, let's see, who else did he have? Takinam for sure. Screeth, not that great at speed, man, so it just was not in his favor, unfortunately. Both players at 1 music left. This is kind of insane. It does look like we see a Magician's Lyre get sacrificed to give Banshore a music counter. That's kind of crazy. So it does look like Apri's strategy is going to be relying heavily on saving himself, as well as using Zalik, since he's out of music abilities now, to just heal himself twice and hopefully be able to outlast his opponent once he's gone through all of his resources to heal or counter anything he does to last longer in the battle. So now this is just a battle of inertia, which is kind of insane because these two decks were lined up very crazy. And it does look like a Song of Treachery was cast, which should reduce all of the opposing creature stats by 15, if I'm not mistaken. Hang on. Let's take a look at that. I believe that was April that cast that. No, it was not. It was Taiga that cast that. But it does, yes. Target creature loses 15 courage, power, wisdom, and speed until the end of the turn. Song of Treachery. Such an iconic attack. It does look like Taiga is going in for the kill as Banshore is at 10 energy, and the next time he attacks, he's going to automatically lose 5 because of that recklessness, which is so unfortunate. It really does not work in his favor. So then we go for a squeeze play, which honestly, yeah, might as well get rid of the weaker attack. We know that's a loss. Ah, man. This is so unfortunate. This is a 2v4. You hate to see it, man. I was really rooting for Apriaz. I loved how he designed his deck. But Taiga did some cooking, man. There's definitely some sustainability in this deck. There's some huge sustainability in this deck. And I do like that attack lineup. Honestly, let me take a look at that. Got Inferno Gust, which has that challenge speed for 10 damage. You got Flash Kick, which allows you to look at the top 2 cards of your location deck, put one on the top of the deck and the other on the bottom. And Squeeze Play, kind of the same thing, but with attacks. You can look at the top 2 cards of your attack deck, but put them one on the top and the other on the bottom. So literally just the opposites of each other with 2 different card archetypes. And then attacks like Velocitrap and Viper Lash, and then Frostblight as well. Can't forget about that. Compared with these creatures that have such a high amount of speed stats, that's kind of insane. And I do love that we're fighting at Castle Bulger, such an iconic location. And I honestly, I look forward to seeing locations like that in the next video game title for Chaotic. I think that would be really cool. If I had to have like an all-time, like, what's your location that you have to battle at? I'm kind of corny, but it would have to be. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you. As much as I want to say Curious City, just for the overall advantage, and it'd be really cool to play and fight in Curious City, I'm gonna say Castle Pillar. So I'm really a Maxor guy because that's also one of Maxor's favorite locations is Castle Pillar, believe it or not, which is also in that same official how to play guide that I referenced to earlier in the stream. So if you don't have that book, you really should buy it. I know it's like extremely hard to find and very expensive, like ridiculously expensive. How much people want for that book, but man, it's a steal. And I mean, if it's sealed, you're guaranteed to get your Ramusa promo card, and those things are hard to come by. They really are. I mean, you might find somebody online with a good price, but that's a whole other conversation. Wow, Apricot conceded. Taiga won. That is insane. And so unfortunate, man. I really wanted my boy to win. I was rooting for him, but congratulations to both players. They did an amazing job, and they really fought their hardest. Apricot just saw that there was no point in fighting, it looks like. And with his lineup, I mean, 2v4, it's really unfortunate, but I think I would have made the same move in his shoes. So, all right, let's see what's popping. All right, as the fellas prepare for round two, let's go ahead and see what's happening. It doesn't look like they're in a battle yet, so we're just gonna kind of kick it, chill out here, you know. Honestly, I could spectate these other matches while we waiting on the match that we're actually waiting for, guys. I'm thinking that's probably the move. See this match that just started. Oh, okay. Dawn of Perim. Isn't that fun? I mean, put some creatures that we personally banned in ours. I do think Blazer was banned. Um, I could be wrong on that, but I know for a fact Claps was banned, 100%. Just too viable with that ability, and makes Underwhelmers just too good to go up against. I mean, being able to sacrifice and deal 10 damage, and then these crazy stats. I mean, 65 in 3 different stat lines. And of course, Underwhelmers aren't known for their wisdom, so that's to be expected. But also, another restriction we did too is you can only use one of every creature. And that was to honestly be more like the show in that regard, and just having these kind of unique, authentic decks. And we gave them enough time. Let's go. All right. We have Dardamus fighting Ublakun, as Dardamus has a skeletal steed, allowing him to go through multiple creatures in order to attack one. Because you get equipped creature gains range and swift 1, which allows him to move an additional spot on the board per turn, making him be able to move twice, so 1 through Grook, and then the second time to go for the attack at Ublakun, which honestly is a smart move on my boy Jade Johnny's first battle. First thing he was able to do was get in that back line, baby. And that is like super crucial, because let me tell you, whatever creature you got in that back line, you better make sure they can defend themselves, because if they cannot, it's going to be a long day. As we can see, Ublakun does have fire attacks, but he's already at 15 energy, and Dardamus at 35. This is definitely a one-sided battle, which is so unfortunate. You hate to see it. But shout out to the Underworld, man. This is a strong lineup. Jeez. Toxis, Zor, we got Perithion, Borth Majar, and Cougar, and Dardamus. That is just such a crazy lineup. We got 2 Cougars. What are the odds of having 2 Cougars? It's really cool. I mean, and obviously we got Toxis. I think Toxis is just always going to be one of those creatures that you see in the Underworld deck. Kind of just have to have them in Dawn of Perim's format. And honestly, in the format that we created, he's just a staple. You got to have him. Even with that recklessness, he's honestly worth it just for the music purposes. And does look like Dardamus is going to go in for Grook. Such an interesting choice. I mean, Grook's, look, he's probably the most physical fit creature in Perim, if not in the Underworld. As we got 70 speed and 110 power. That is insane. And yeah, he's lacking in courage and wisdom, which is kind of interesting on the courage part. But, yeah, this is This is crazy. Intimidate power 10, intimidate power, or intimidate courage 10. And we're fighting at the Underworld Coliseum. This is a match made for the, like, history books. This is literally what Underworlders do, is battle and duke it out at the Underworld Coliseum. Dartem is already at 20 energy, getting hit by a Song of Fury and Cinderace. Let's see. Man, that's wild. Grook sitting comfortably at 55 energy, too. Let's see if Dartmouth bounced back from this. We see another Song of Fury played. And then a Refrain of Denial music. So that Song of Fury did not get played. It looks like that is officially out of the game. And I can only assume that our boy has more music like that. Man, we've played both Song of Furies. And one of them was negated by Alan, it looks like. That is fascinating. That is quite the move. Oh, there was two Dartemis. I didn't even notice that. Dartemis was used in... Cougar was used as a combo on two decks that were made. That is kind of crazy. And Yuckus, which is funny, for all troll purposes, Yuckus did make it out into the Underdog Tournament. Can you believe that, folks? Yuckus, of all people, made it out. Nah, Yuckus is my man. Honestly, still to this day, one of my favorite cards. As iconically, he was my first super rare card I ever pulled out of a starter deck when it came to Chaotic back in 2007. Does look like our boys are still duking it out. Dartemis at 5 energy, Grook at 25. It's looking rough. Got an ectospasm attack going for 5 damage. I'm hoping that's by Dartemis, because otherwise this is not going to end well. Yeah, that was by our boy Grook. Grook won that fair and square. Dartemis, man, was really quick and cunning on the attack. I mean, going for Ooblecoon, I would have to assume there was some Impedium music in there. And you know what? Looking at the deck list, I think there was 2 Melody of Mirage, which makes an attack do 0 damage. And if you can get rid of Ooblecoon early on so that you can't use a third of your Mujiks, that is a huge game changer. And I'm not going to lie, when I first looked at this deck, I did not want to go against it. Even though my deck is stacked, I definitely would have been a little concerned going against this deck with no creatures with the ability to hit that back line, as none of my creatures have range. Originally, I did have Screeth on my team, but I thought Screeth was not the play, so I ended up taking him out, unfortunately. Loved Screeth, but he just didn't seem viable for the strategy that I was trying to do. But now we got Perithion going against Dartemis. I love to see that. Let's see what the location is going to be. And I'm assuming Dartemis is equipped with a Vile Driver. 100%. And Perithion with a Music counter. So I can only assume Johnny, like the Underworlder he is, has something up his sleeve. What that could be, I do not know. And I will officially be in a battle once the winner of this is decided. I'm back, guys. Sorry for that little moment of silence there. Just had to make sure I didn't have an emergency message. Let's see where we're at. Does look like Perithion lost that battle against Artemis, so it is an even, or no, not even. Now it's a 4v5, right? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's a 4v5, so this is going to be interesting. As Johnny has lost 2 creatures. And Alan at 5. And now we're going Cougar versus Cougar. This is... So, I want you guys to see how funny this is. This is the second time in this tournament that you see creatures of the same fighting against each other because both decks are stacked with it. That is absolutely hilarious. And what are the odds of that? Like, everybody's obviously got their own way of thinking and their own like strategies that they were looking to do, but it's fascinating to have that many people. We're not even that many people because obviously it's just 2 out of 5, which it is a big number. That's 40%. So there's a 40, like to have a 40% chance of landing creatures battling it out, and it's, you know, Takinon versus Takinon, Cougar versus Cougar. I think it's funny that it's the Underworlders duking it out against each other. So much infighting. Get it together, guys. JK, of course, as I love the Underworlders. Definitely my second favorite tribe. Obviously, next to Overworlders, because Overworlders are always going to remain at the top. It's just me personally. I am a team player. I love the way Overworld strategies are. I love some of the, well, not some of the, but I love the Overworld strategy overall when it comes to the creatures, the abilities, and definitely a lot of the musics. I am still waiting for a I guess it's Miraculous Rejuvenation or a Song of Rejuvenation. I'm sure anybody who's watching that has seen the show, you know exactly what music I'm talking about. And it's that music that gave those Overworlders all of their energy back. I need that card printed, and I need a playset of it. So give me 2. Give me 2. I need that in the next set. Whatever that looks like. If Underworld's gonna have Song of Revival, we can have a music that heals all of your energy. I'm just saying. I don't make the rules. And it does look like, I think, our Cougar won? As far as Johnny goes? I'm definitely seeing Johnny here. Love my boy. Let's see. Did Johnny win? Trying to see which creature got destroyed. Yes, Johnny did win that. Johnny's Cougar is standing here strong. If he can get rid of Grook, I think Johnny really has a good chance of winning this. And I want him to win this. I think the key is definitely getting rid of his fighters and not utilizing music to do so. I know it seems like you want to go after the music users, but I almost want to say that's a trap because you're leaving your own music users wide open, man. You really are. Now, let's see. The location is Castle Boldrin. At the beginning of combat, each player may return a music card from their discard pile to their hand. That is insane. As Johnny's at 5 musics now, and Alan has all of his music back. That's insane. See Johnny go for a Coil Crush. That destroys his Grook's battle gear. So even if Grook wins, his battle gear is officially gone, man. So no more advantage there. And it's neck and neck. As Cougar's at 40, Grook's at 40. Let's go. Cougar killing him in the courage stat. Fortunately, Grook killing him in speed just by a little bit. Just a little bit faster and definitely stronger by a lot. 25 is a lot. All right, let's see what the turns are looking like for the burst. Let's see what's happening. I love this lineup that Johnny had too. Cougar, Dardamus, Perithion, Borthmajar, Zord, Toxis. Something that you could totally see straight out of the show, or just whether it's Kaz or any Underworld playing. Really cool. It's something I definitely would have loved to see in season one. Especially Zord. Zord doesn't get enough love. Borthmajar, I definitely would have loved to see him more in matches after his debut in his episode. Ooh, Flame Orb hitting hard. This Cougar is down at 15 energy. Grook at 10. Ah, come on, Johnny. You got this, man. All Day Chaotic, I think you're amazing. I think you're an incredible player, but I got to root for my boy Johnny. He's done a lot for me. In these few months that I've known him, he's done a whole lot. Oh, come on, Johnny. You got this. 10 energy, neck and neck, baby. Let's go. Let's do it for the Underworld. Do it for Rage Ride. I know Rage Ride's not in here, but I want it to be full disclaimer that I said do it for Rage Ride, and this is the only time historically that I'm ever going to say that, so you better win this. Of course, this is all for fun. At the end of the day, I'm excited for whoever wins. Honestly surprised, and not surprised at the same time, as I know Johnny's skill set just from watching him in Avery battle and duke it out in the Odyssey seasons. I gotta tell you, those two know how to deck build, and they know how to have fun while doing it, but also being extremely strategic. So Johnny's really showing off his skills as a chaotic player, with being able to take 2 losses that weren't necessarily heavy, but I definitely felt like Dardamus was a heavy one because it allowed him to maneuver however he pleased. And that is something that ideally you don't want to lose so early in the game, but I mean, he put it to good effect. I have to say, the best thing that Johnny did was look at this deck and say, that dude's a threat, get rid of him. It made it to where 4 cards, battlegear, creature, and 2 musics, no longer mattered. And now we got Grook at 5 energy, Cougar at 10. I really hope Johnny has this. Damn. Such a shame. Man, that was a close match. I feel like it was worth it, though. All right, Johnny. You're 3-4. We got to make something happen. I honestly do feel like the play here now is just going after the music users. I could be wrong. Maybe he still needs to go ahead. He definitely might need to go after Grook. I'm not sure if that's the play, but Grook's been killing it, man. Grook is a tank. I'm really not feeling this because I really wanted Johnny to win, so I do not have to fight this deck. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not looking forward to it. I at least have a little bit of an out with my overworld Aria. I can use that to heal and reduce these fire attacks just a little bit, but I'm gonna have to hit hard, man. These creatures got a lot of energy compared to me, and I just feel like this deck is designed to crush. I mean, we'll see. But I really feel like that deck is designed to crush, and it does look like he's being smart and trying to protect his backline, because he's got to. I think the play is Johnny has to go after. Okay. Underworld's costs 1 more music. Honestly, I say leave Toxis open, because we gotta go after that Holta or something. Or even going after Yuccas might be the play. I don't know. I really don't know. It does look like, whoa, Hota attacking Toxis. This is an insane lineup. Hota must have had a skeletal steed, maybe? No. How did we do this? What allowed him to do that? This is fascinating. What card allowed him to do this? Huh. I don't know how we got Holta there, but this is an insane matchup. Holta had 5 energy already. Tox is going in for the kill. Oh no, that was actually Holta trying to go in for the kill. Tox is losing 5 energy. Using Coil Crush to destroy that damn battle gear. Alright, it's 3v3. Come on, Johnny. You ain't out until it... Look. The iconic line. It ain't over till it's over. I believe in you, Johnny. I've seen how you play, man. You got this. Once you get through Grook, then it's just Dardamus. And you can save Yuckus for the kill. But I do think Bortmajar and Zora can hold it down against those two. Alright, we see a Song of Revival. Oh man, Cougar was brought back. That is no bueno. Fortunately, he doesn't have any battle gear, but that is no bueno. Wait a minute. Johnny uses Song of Revival to go for Yuckus. This is how you win. This is how you win. Look at Johnny going 4v3, making a huge difference. Yuckus might have fire and earth attacks, but let me tell you something. Yuckus is not prepared for what Johnny has in store. Cougar coming in for the kill from the grave. This is Underworld strategies at their finest, and you love to see it work in their favor. Wow. That was a crazy play. I'm not gonna lie. That was very exhilarating to see. Wow. Johnny, you got this, man. If you can get rid of Yuckus, you're good. Hands down. We go for the Flame Orb. We have no more music. It's Yuckus' game. I mean, obviously Yuckus isn't going to do anything like healing or anything because there's no point. Man, this is a crazy battle. Man, that's unfortunate. That really would have been such a good play had Johnny been able to get that off. You really needed to take out that Yuckus. I think the beautiful part is that Yuckus has no music counters at all. So now it's anybody's game. This is just a game of attrition. We got to keep that Toxa safe. That recklessness is going to definitely be his downfall for sure. So if we can keep the battle up, I think, let me tell you, one of the key parts to why Johnny's winning right now too, and what is changing the game, is attacks like Coil Crush that destroy battle gear are ridiculous. I'm not looking forward to going against that should Johnny win, but that is an attack that I did not view as viable. But when you look at it from the perspective of it destroys battle gear, it's kind of worth it. It does validate the attack being put in the deck. His Coil Crush was definitely my Mega Roar. I'm relying heavily on it, but man, when it hits, it hits. It's hard, and it does make an impact. And while Johnny's down to 2 creatures, I really hope that he can win this. Because if he can go against Artemis, win this battle, and go for the Yuccas, it's still fair game. Come on, Johnny, what you got? 35 versus 45. Come on. Hit him hard. Hit him where it hurts. Only being able... Yeah, without having those fire attacks, it is unfortunate. No, actually, he's got fire attacks. I'm lying. He must have had a Pyroblaster. I really hope he can bounce back from this. Right now, he's needing the Flame Orb for sure. 10 energy. Thank goodness Zora doesn't have recklessness, but man, that's unfortunate. I really wanted my boy Johnny to win, man. This is gonna be tough. Going against this deck, I'm not gonna lie. I might not have better results because if I can't get rid of Ulakun, I think the key to me winning against this deck, should Alan win, is I have to use my denial music on his Mirages. Whenever he tries to reduce my attack damage, I have to annihilate those. I hate to burn him on that, but if I can stall long enough for me to get Gigantum Populus twice, which I know it's not likely, but if it is, it's going to pay off. It's going to pay off heavily. It's going to allow me to do some more healing potential. It's going to allow me to have better opportunities of denial, certain musics, but I know those Melody and Mirages are what terrify me the most. Is not even his Underworld lineup, but the Melody and Mirages are a problem. They're very much a problem. And now I'm thinking I really should have made one of those telekinetic bolts a Coil Crush, man. I think destroying battle gear is very important. And while it takes up... Oh, man. Alan won that. Alright, GG's. Sorry, Johnny. I was rooting for you, man. That deck is definitely something else. Alan might have this, man. He said he was practicing, so he definitely was not bluffing when he said that. Let's see what's going on. Alright, it does look like I'm going against All Day Chaotic, so let's rock. Alright, we'll see if he's going to accept mine or if I'm going to have to accept his. Let's double check. Yeah, we're just gonna sit here and wait. Trying to see if he's joining me or if I'm joining him. Bro don't know about showdowns. That's funny. Um, I don't know. Maybe he's not joining this one. I'm trying to see what's going on. It's a bit weird. Alright. So he's going to need a moment here. In the meantime, we're just going to wait a little bit. What an intense match, man. Good game to my boy Jay Johnny. I was really rooting for him because I did not want to have to fight this deck. Not going to lie, but I'm going to give it my all. I have a strategy in mind. I just have to be very careful on when I utilize my Mujiks to counter this deck because this deck is insane. This deck is absolutely insane. Alright, it does look like we're moving. I'm gonna go for... do I want to go for Cougar, man? I don't really know. Oh, wait. No abilities. No nothing. Okay. No music, no abilities can be played. I feel like the move is Tartarak versus... maybe not Tartarak. I'm going for Dardamus, man. I'm going for Dardamus. It sucks my abilities can't be used. Well, actually, maybe not. Maybe not. This might work in our favor. This might work in our favor, but we gotta get rid of that Oblivion. Gotta get rid of that Oblivion. He is a massive problem. Okay, starting off. Oh my god. Let's go ahead, go for the Viper Lash. And then if I can hit him for... Ooh, is my courage higher? No, obviously not. Now I could go for a melody of melody to try to get him to burn his music, thinking that's a play. Let's see what he does though. Alright, we're definitely going for oh, you can't use music, screw it. We're going with Delirium, man. Oh man, such a waste, dude. I'm gonna lose my Borkman jar, man. That's unfortunate. Maybe not. We're gonna risk it. Telekinetic bolt, baby. I don't know if that's gonna make a difference. Yeah, it didn't. It didn't. I that was such a waste. All right. Oh God! Of course it's at the lava pond. Yeah, I really should have saved the telekinetic bolt. That would have been way more useful. Um. Yeah, we're gonna wait to use this, but we're gonna pass. I'm totally using a world Aria first chance I get. Okay. We're gonna heal Frapto as soon as we get hit. Frapto's courage is alright. Yeah, I think we can do this. We're gonna pass that up. It says heal for 10 energy, so can't use it quite yet. But we are gonna reduce fire attacks by 5 to make this location void. Pass. Pass. Alright. Not gonna hit yet. Alright, he's hitting me with a Steam Rage. I'm going to go for it. Which is... We're going to heal for 10 and reduce those fire attacks. And then I got to vaporize to heal me just a little bit longer until I get another telekinetic bolt. That will help me greatly in this case. Let's pass. Moment of truth, baby. We make him burn it. We make him burn it. He's going to have to take this hit. Because it's either he takes this hit or he's going to use that Melody and Mirage. And I just want him to burn through his musics. He's already done 2. Let's get him to burn through a 3rd one. Yep. Which I knew he would do. Okay. We're gonna pass. But the goal was to get him to burn that damn music. This is going to determine if we win this game or not. Right here. So now we're going to do Song of Resurgence. And he can't deny it anymore. Now it's just a game of attrition. We gotta see what he does, because he's definitely thinking. I'm not gonna be able to kill him. We're gonna heal. Alright, now it's just about the heart of the cards. Alright, just gonna put him at 5. We gotta hope for the best. I'm getting rid of Orphan Jar was not beneficial for me whatsoever. Okay, we're still in this game. This is a great strategy, but we're still in this game. And this is why. Right here. We're gonna get rid of this damn Grook. I ain't never scared, Grook. That's it. This is the one. Now, he might use his last Melody of Mirage, and if he does, fine, but I don't think he will. I think he's going to take the hit. Ah, you Song of Resurgence. Not bad, kid. Not bad. Got me anyway. Yeah, not gonna lie, guys. This deck just destroys me. It destroys me every time. Really wasn't much I can do, man. Once he got rid of, I think it was a bad call to use that telekinetic bolt early. But it is what it is. We're here now. We're gonna fight it out. He stopped letting me get towards Ublicube, man. That's funny. Yeah, these underworlds just had too much energy, man. I knew it was gonna be the underworlders that'd be a problem. Jesus. Okay, let's try this. Now, I'm not mistaken, he's got another Melody of Mirage. But it didn't look like he used it just now. Whoa, what just happened? Wow, okay. Yeah, guys, I'm just gonna concede. This just was not my match. This was not my match, man. It was a good game, but it's not my match. Yeah, I do wish I would have went for group first. I'm not gonna lie. I do think that's where I messed up, and all day chaotic agrees. It's unfortunate, but fun match, man. Fun match. You know, we were playing this tournament for fun, and I had a good time. I did a lot of spectating, of course, but I had a good time. I do think I'm going to end the stream here, guys, but I appreciate you guys watching. Um, that's all I got. You know, this was obviously not the end result of the tournament, but it was fun. I would say just to encourage you guys to follow my peers if you want to see the end results. I would totally go and subscribe to their channels and check out what's going on. But man, GG's. I had a solid deck. I had a solid plan. I think ultimately it was just picking the wrong creature to attack first. That definitely should have been Grook that got attacked first, not Dardamus. But good game, man. And I will see you guys next time. So until then, we are chaotic and let's get chaotic.